Hey guys, so today we're going to work on solving multi-step equations and inequalities. So I want you to make sure that you have your notebook so that we can go through a few problems together. That way you can do the activity for today. So at the top of your paper, we're going to title it Multi-Step Equations and Inequalities. Okay, and for our objective, it will be students will solve multi-step equations and inequalities with variables on both sides. So just remember that equations mean that it's going to have an equal sign, and the inequalities means that it's going to have a less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to sign. So we're going to start with equations. And our first example is 8 plus 6x minus 10x equals 16 minus 8x. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw my line through my equal sign. And I want to look at each side individually. So if I look at just this left side, I'm going to cover up the right side. If I look at just the left side, I'm going to box my variables. So looking at just this side, I want to box the variables I see. I see a plus 6x and a minus 10x. Okay, I'm going to cover up that right side. Before I do anything, I want to combine like terms. So since 6x and 10x have the same last name, they can be combined. 6x minus 10x. 6x minus 10x is going to give me negative 4x. And I want to bring down the 8. So over here I have 8 minus 4x. Okay, I can't combine anything else over here. So now I'm going to cover up this side and look at just the right side. 16 minus 8x. They do not have the same last name, so they can't be combined. So I'm just going to bring them down as well. 16 minus 8x. 8 minus 4x equals 16 minus 8x. Okay, this is where I'm going to box my variables. And let's deal with the variables first. So if we notice on one side, I have a negative 4x, and on the other side, I have a negative 8x. Okay, I need to get all of my x's to one side. And the way I do that is instead of just choosing one randomly, I always say that I'm going to pick on little brother. And what I mean by that is I want you to choose the smallest number that has the variable. So I'm going to say, okay, is negative 4 smaller or is negative 8 smaller? Negative 8 is smaller. Okay? So what I need to do now is, since this is minus, I'm going to add 8x on both sides. Negative 8x plus 8x cancels. Negative 4x plus 8x will give me a positive 4x. So 8 plus 4x, bring down my 16. There we go. Okay, now it looks just like all the other problems we solved. I just have one variable and it's on the other side. So I'm going to make sure my line is drawn, box my variable, and I'm trying to move things away from that box. I want to get x by itself. So I see this 8 out here, it's a positive 8. I need to do the opposite, so I'll subtract 8 on both sides. 8 minus 8 cancels. I bring down 4x equals 16 minus 8 is 8. I'm almost done. Want to box my variable again. This is like 4 times x, so I want to divide both sides by 4 to do the opposite. 4 over 4 cancels, so I have x equals 8 divided by 4, which is 2. X equals 2. That's my solution. Okay, let's try this again for another equation. So example number 2 is 2.4 times 2x plus 3 equals negative 0.1 times 2x plus 3. Okay.